All right. How's it going, everybody? I'm Kyle McDougall, one of the co-founders of Rio. And with me, I have here Jack Lloyd, or as you guys know him as Lloydie in the Discord. Um, he is in this call because he has been with us for a very long time. He's been working with me for a long time, but the main reason is why he's been in a lot of the group chats with the developers, with the design team, all over the place pretty much, and has worked directly with Matt and myself. So he's a critical part of this team. And I think having him on these calls is definitely beneficial, adds a lot of value. So having him on here, I think just adds more to this. So what we wanted to make this video for was to officially introduce the second feature that we're going to be working on. The first one was the custom domains, and we're finishing up that rollout very, very soon, finally getting that off our plate. And I know we talked about this a little bit on the most recent stream that we did, but I know a lot of people can't chime in or tune in during that time. We did it on a Tuesday, I believe. It was like right in the middle of the day too, for some people. So we wanted to do like uh, video specifically for this feature, just so that we can get all the information out there, and you guys don't have to go back and look at the VOD and fast forward a little bit to the time that we talked about it and stuff like that. So making this video to go over that whole feature, hopefully answer some of the questions that you guys have. Obviously, you can message us on Discord or whatever if you have questions about the content on this video. Lloyd, is there anything you want to start off with before we get into it?
No, just I'm very excited to get this out there. So hopefully, and also in the video or on Twitter, wherever you guys might see this, we're very open to feedback. As Carl says, this is like one of our first features we're going to be releasing. So looking
Yeah.
for input from the community, and I think there's a lot of area for expansion as you're going to see. So yeah,
Yeah, that goes for more than just this feature. It goes site wide. So every single feature that we ever release, the current platform that we have now, we do listen to all feedback on the platform, and we want to make it as user friendly as possible. So all feedback is very welcomed. We don't talk down any questions or suggestions or anything like that. So even if you think it's stupid, bring it to our attention, and maybe it's something that a lot of people are thinking, and we can get it fixed for you. So with that said, the second feature, like I mentioned the previous stream, and I think I've mentioned it many times before, Matt and I, we had two directions we could have gone with the rollout of our features and what we focus on moving forward. One of the routes was monetization. That's where a lot of the e-commerce stuff would come in. And we have some awesome ideas going down that road once we get there. But the road we want to focus on is the growth road. So growth, this route that we're going down, I think applies more to smaller streamers, which is the audience that we want to cater to a little bit. We want to help the smaller streamers grow, and the best way to do that is, I think of it as like going to the gym. So it's very comparable to the gym, and you can go to the gym 6 days a week, 2 hours at a time every day. And if you go home and you have horrible eating habits, it's going to crush all the stuff that you just did in the gym. If you have horrible habits outside of the gym, you're not going to grow, you're not going to get bigger, you're not going to see any results. And that same kind of concept can apply to streaming as well. When you're on stream, you're not going to be discovered. People are going to come in and see your personality and see you're entertaining and stuff like that. But where you're really going to grow is the habits that are offline when you're not on stream. So taking clips, posting them to social media, getting them out there on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all these other places, and doing offline marketing for yourself so people can get into your stream to see your personality, to like get to know you. That is just as important as being on stream and being live. So there's two kind of components to growth in this space. And so the on-stream part, that is more streamer based, but we can definitely help with our tools offline. And so that's what this next feature is going to be. And so what we want to do, our ultimate vision, our ultimate goal is to make it so that our streamers with Rio and our future streaming platform, we want you to focus on the streaming, and we handle everything else automatically, and using AI and machine learning and stuff like that to be able to do that, to bring people into your stream. We think of it, we have extensive backgrounds in marketing. And for those who don't know marketing too well, there's a thing called a funnel. So at the top, you have your lead generation. That's where you bring people in, and then it filters down to the offer. The streamer and that is live, that's pretty much like the offer in marketing. Like, we get people to you, viewers to you, and it's your job at that point to close them, turn them to followers, subscribers, tippers, whatever. And our job is to bring people there for you. And so this feature is going to be able to funnel people into your stream. And that feature is going to be, we're going to be this is going to be exclusively on on the Rio platform. It's not going to be a separate thing. And so when you log into Rio, stream on Rio, we're going to have AI and machine learning technology. We're working with the team now that we have a machine learning engineer on the team. We have multiple developers working on this. It's a complex project, but what's going to happen is you go on, you're streaming Twitch, YouTube, the other streaming platforms that we're going to be adding later. And as you're playing, we're going to have AI and machine learning that's going to be able to clip things from certain games. So it's going to be different depending on the game. But if you're playing Call of Duty, we're going to have it automatically clip kills, headshots, killing sprees. You get 4 kills in a row. It's going to clip that as a cool moment, funny moments depending on your voice and how you're reacting on stream. Scary moments, if that's something you're into, is ability to play scary games and different things like that. And so it's going to react to what's happening in the actual game as well as you in real life. And it's going to be clipping those moments for you. It's going to be creating montages at the end. It's all going to be built into your Rio backend profile. So at the end of your stream, you're going to have a list of different clips that you can go through and select which ones you want to use. And let's just say that you have your PR, your best game ever on Call of Duty, you get 30 kills, whatever. It's going to clip all 30 kills. It's going to have separate for headshots, stuff like that. And then we can make a montage where it's going to keep track. It's just going to be a montage of all 30 kills put together. And you can take that. And then eventually we're going to make it so you can edit it and stuff on your own directly in the Real platform. But then you can take those clips and it's going to automatically get distributed onto your Real platform. And we're not going to go into some of the specific unique things that we're going to be able to provide you guys yet that nobody else is doing, but we're going to have some awesome features that are going to be able to bring people into your streams more than other platforms are. They're not doing it. I don't know why. We don't know why, honestly. I think it's a core thing when it comes to marketing streamers, but we're going to be able to offer it at a very high quality. And so it's going to be awesome. So, Jack, with that said, I know there's still more, but do you have anything you want to add to any of that so far?
Yeah, I think this is realistically the first step that we're taking to make Rio its own platform as well, rather than just an aggregator. I think having the clips being produced by our tech on the platform and people being able to find you on Rio through your clips and your videos that you might want to publish exclusively with us as well. It's a massive bonus for the streamers and of course for us. We're
Yeah.
hoping that people use this sort of without realizing to begin with. In fact, like maybe they just realize, oh, I've got an email. It says I've got a new clip ready, and this will open up the opportunity for people to start expanding from just being live, as Kyle hinted at, to also producing the content that people might watch. If they've got 5 minutes spare rather than an hour stream. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a strong step for us.
Yeah, so one of the most important things I think that comes along with this is that I think one of the downfalls of this industry is, like I said before, to grow your streams, you have to do these things offline to bring people to your stream when you're live. And to do that, you need to create high quality clips and content offline and post them in all these other places on social media for people to come in. And if it's not higher quality, if you have a low quality clip or you're not doing it at all, it can definitely hurt. And so I know one of the downfalls of this space is that people don't want to take the time to edit. It does take a lot of time. It does take a bunch of effort. And so if you don't know it yourself, you have to hire somebody to do it for you, and that can get expensive too. And so what we want to do is provide a solution for real streamers that it does a lot of that automatically. And like I said before, our goal is to make sure or make everything as automated as possible and like in the whole process of getting people to your streams. And we're working towards that with this. This is the first step, but we're going to be able to handle a lot of the editing and the clipping for you. So you don't have to have mods on your channel and you're constantly saying clip it during your stream and interrupting the audio and stuff like that. It's done automatically. And you will have that option to do some kind of audible clipping as well. Like if you want to say, hey, clip the last 10 seconds or clip that, then that's able to as well. So you're going to have that automatic clipping as well as any kind of manual clipping that you want. And we're going to build that out. And we're also going to be looking into like motion. So if you like raise your hand or something or do some kind of motion, then we'll clip that as well for, streamers that might be mute or don't want to interrupt the audio of what they're streaming. Then they can do some kind of something with their body. Do you have anything else you want to say about that part, Lloydie?
Yeah, I think. Well, I want to add in that although this is our thing, we don't want it to be just for Rio. We want to have the users have the benefit of being able to download and get the clips out elsewhere as well. And obviously, we're going to try and make that as easy as possible. Carl just hinted there as inclusivity point of view. The UI flows, the actual tech behind it. We want everyone who possibly could want to stream to benefit from this. I know that obviously that might be a bit further down the line, mightn't it, Kyle, in terms of actions on the webcam and things like this. But as we've hinted at, it is machine learning, so things will develop over time, and as will we. What we want to provide on Rio as a platform and how it sort of is displayed as well will be developing over time. So that's where the feedback comes back in. So.
Yeah, so like Lloydie was mentioning, we're going to be rolling this out in phases. So phase one is going to be coming out with the technology, the AI technology that could pick up the gameplay and the audio and stuff like that, and put it in your Rio dashboard, allow you to download those clips, and then upload them to whatever social media you want. So these clips are going to be put in your back office. You can select the ones you want. You don't have to keep them all, and then you can download those to your computer, do whatever you need to do with them, edit whatever. And so this first phase will not include the editing or like the body language recognition and stuff like that, but it will have the voice and the AI that's picking up the actual gameplay. So you're going to have that, and then as we release phase 2 and 3, then those more complex features are going to play a part too. But this AI thing is kind of like the base of this whole feature, and so we want to roll that out at least and spend the next 3 months building this out and at least offering that for you guys, so that you don't need to go in and clip yourselves. You don't have to go back and watch your VODs over and over again and trying to clip the best moments. You're going to have an AI that's able to detect those automatically and clip them for you, and you can do whatever you want with them. So that's going to be the first phase that we're going to be rolling out, and it should take, we got the proposal, it's going to take 2 to 3 months for that. So we should be able to be testing it in 2 months and then rolling it out hopefully in 3. Don't keep me to that. Just what the developers sent us as their proposal. So hopefully they don't hit any snags or anything like that, or able to do it on time. So with that, I'm trying to think if we're missing anything, any of the smaller details. We got that they can download. Oh, outside of just your VODs, if you're streaming on Kick or one of these other platforms that we don't service yet, you're going to be able to, you can download your VODs onto your computer, and then you can use your local videos as well. So if you have videos on your desktop that you want to upload as well, so you're going to be able to connect directly to your Twitch and your YouTube. That's going to be upload the VODs automatically, just like we have on Rio right now. Your VODs are automatically uploaded. So you can have that automatic for Twitch and YouTube, but if you have other videos outside of those 2 platforms, and you can upload them to this feature, and then it will do the same kind of work for you that it would with the Twitch and YouTube version. You just have to select your game and stuff like that, and it will work its magic. So
Definitely.
that's another feature. I can't think of anything else that we might have forgot.
I think it's worth mentioning that this is the first step in terms of bringing everything together for real. Obviously, we have the live streams, but a lot of users would have realised that they've connected their Twitter and their Instagram and their Facebook up as a social media on Rio. Obviously, we haven't mentioned actually adding this to the UI and the user flow currently, but this is definitely the first step in terms of bringing all of your content as a streamer over to Rio in some way or another. And it does lead nicely into the future of what this application is supposed to be. It's worth noting as well, in terms of releasing the mobile application, things like this could be a lot simpler for people who decide to use the app. You might be halfway through a stream, you get a notification that a new clip has been produced. You might then have the option to delete it or keep it, depending on you know what's happening in your stream, and that will be as a big courtesy towards the mobile notifications, the push notifications, rather than delayed emails and that sort of process. So we are finding ways to get this user experience going all together, and bring in all the social medias together as well, which is essentially what Rio was sold as in the first place, is all-in-one aggregator. It really is the first step to getting all this to make sense, especially from a clip point of view. We might end up then allowing users to have the clips on Rio, but then upload directly from our app, probably only on the web app on the desktop version, actually copy and paste that content essentially over to things like X and YouTube videos. Just get that content edited on Rio and sent out across all the social medias that you might want that content on.
Yep. So one of the unique things that we're going to be able to provide people for these clips. I'm very aware that there's other services that do something similar to this, but Matt and I specifically know of one huge thing that a lot of these guys are not doing at all, and we think that's super important. So like Lloydie said, there's going to be something that we could apply to the clips that are uploaded directly to Rio, and you guys are able to do, download and upload to your social media as well if you want to, but all the clips that you do choose to keep will be uploaded to your Rio profile, and then there's stuff that we could do from that point that no one else is doing. And so we think it's super important, especially for discoverability, and we're trying to obviously maximize on the discoverability for you guys and try to bring in organic and natural traffic to your channel, so you're not having to go out there and network with a billion people. People in the space, they like to do the follow for follow, but the second you follow them, they unfollow you, and it's just like they're just farming follows, and it doesn't work. So we're actually creating real tools that will help you grow your streams naturally and organically, meeting new people, networking with new people, and not just streamers. Like, a lot of streamers are spending a lot of time networking with other streamers, and that's not necessarily going to be sustainable either, because people come and go in the streaming world, but there's always people that are going to be wanting to watch new streamers. And so we want to reach those people with the content that you're already producing. So we're going to take that up, chop it up, send it out there automatically for you guys, and bring people to your streams. So, like I said, I know there are people that are doing similar services, but we will have a unique offering that no one will have. And Lloyd, do you want to touch on like the computer hardware and stuff, or the computer usage for this?
Okay, yeah. So these features that we're going to be applying will be very similar to what you see on the Xbox app when it clips a certain feature that's happening in a game. Maybe you've got a headshot, as Kyle mentioned earlier on. You do tend to have those clips produced for you, whether you know it or not. And I know that that's an option also to disable it. But another comparison would be the NVIDIA or GeForce experience, where it has the instant replay mode. The downside to that on their front is that it does take computer power. I think people will realize quite a large drop in things like FPS and graphics quality as a result of having that on, because what it essentially does is use your computer RAM to create an overlay over the game in order to capture that. The benefits of our service is it captures your live stream on a computer elsewhere. It won't take any of your computer power up. It will be using the AI and that sort of brain power. So you're essentially getting a lot of things without having to affect your live stream at all. For example, even streaming and recording at the same time on OBS has an effect. We're allowing that process to be trimmed down, so you're only capturing what you want to capture, and at the same time you're not using any of your own computer power.
Yeah, I think that's another awesome side benefit to all this too. So we just finalized the start of all this yesterday. So we paid the deposit and we signed the agreement with the development team that's working on this. We just have started up our group chat. I don't know if you're in it yet, Lloydie. Matt will invite you, but we have the machine learning engineer in there. We have like 4 or 5 developers, Matt, myself, Lloydie, and then the current development team that is focusing on the Rio.Stream site, so they can work alongside with these guys. It's important to have all these development teams working together since there's so many moving parts. We don't want there to be any gaps or spaces between the functionality of both. So we got that today. We had the kickoff call this morning, so we are launching this. It's happening 100%, and it should take a couple months, 3 months. Yeah, so Matt and I did talk after all that happened this morning, and one of the things that we decided on was that it will be rolled out as a pro feature to start, but we eventually want to turn it into having like a light version for the free version of Rio.Stream. So you can go in, use you'll have like a cap on the amount of storage or clips that you can generate per day or month or whatever the case may be. Maybe have a watermark or something like that. We haven't figured out exactly what that looks like, but it's going to be a light version of what the pro version is going to look like. And so with the pro, you're going to have a limited storage and everything like that. So you'll have the best of the best with that, but we're going to work on releasing it first with the pro version, and then figuring out how to do it with the free version for you guys, so that everyone can experience it in some capacity. So with that said, I think we got it covered. I think all the details are out there for now. You guys can ask any questions, like I said. But yeah, like I said, 2 to 3 months is what we were given as a timeline. So as we start rolling that out, I'll keep you guys updated, obviously. And yeah, like once we start testing, I'll let you guys maybe come in and do some work on that and test it a little bit for like our featured streamers or something like that, and then launch hopefully in 3 months. And so we can get all these things hopefully together by the time like Halloween comes around. We should have a lot of things updated on the site and a bunch of new features that I think will be awesome. So then we can officially do our official Rio marketing and bringing users to the platform and using the services. So um, yeah, I think that's about it. Flo, do you have anything else?
No, sounds good to me.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this. Appreciate you watching. I'm excited. I hope the rest of the team is. I know Matt is super excited about this. I think it's going to help a lot of small streamers, and that's one of our missions. So definitely pumped to see this roll out and see the results from it. So I'm Kyle McDougall, one of the co-founders. This is Lloydie, Jack Lloyd, whatever you want to call him. He's our creative director at Rio. And that's it. Thank you guys.